Welcome into the latest episode of Before Floor, an extension of Five on the Floor. We are here for your pregame show, getting you ready for the Charlotte Hornets and Miami Heat at 7:30. So we are going to go through a lot of the pregame stuff. We've got some exciting injury updates. Ethan isn't with us yet. He's en route to the arena. He'll be available any moment now. So next man up is the mentality around here, as you guys know. So with me is a cast of characters. We have to the bottom of myself on the screen, Brady Hawk, Ricky J. Mark, and Jonathan
Ramlakan.
There we go.
Thank you. I just didn't want to butcher it. And then our fearless producer, Alejandro, up top. And you are getting live footage of the court as it is right this moment. We are keeping you muted so you do not hear the national anthem, but that is being played as you were watching the screen, and Ethan shall appear at some point, hopefully. So the news of the day, I'm going to dive right into it, is that the Miami Heat have about as close to their full roster as they've had in forever. I mean, essentially, it was announced 49 minutes ago, Avery Bradley, Goran Dragic, Tyler Hero are all available to play tonight. That brings a smile to my face. The only guys not available, Silva, Myers Leonard, Mo Harkless, I believe, which at this point, I don't think any of those guys were going to be counted on as rotation players. So you essentially have your full cast of characters. Brady, I'm going to start with you. How excited are you to see this full cast, and what do you expect Spoelstra to do with the rotation now that he has every player at his disposal?
Yeah, I think we finally see the things that we have been waiting to see. Like you mentioned, I think we're going to get the starting lineup from the start. I think it's going to be the normal with Hero, Robinson, Bam, Butler, and Olynyk. And then you can get into your core bench unit. I think that's the most intriguing part. Obviously, you get Butler back, you can get the starting lineup like last game, but getting Avery back and Goran back to see that, the usage of those guys when they can come in and balance things, and Bam doesn't have to play all these minutes and be relied on that much. I don't know exactly how much guys like Goran and Avery will be used or played, but if a guy like Goran is playing, I expect him to be 100% because they wouldn't just play him in a game like this if he wasn't. So I do expect him to play good minutes. He did mention he will be coming off the bench. So I do think that's just the thing, just finally healthy. I think this is the first time you're looking at it, the Heat team being more healthy than the opposing team because they were going to be without Terry Rozier. So that's a first. And I think, if they can continue this over this next stretch of easy games, I think you can work your way back up slowly.
This is the moment where I think they have the opportunity to gain back some wins in the standings and start to climb back up into the postseason race and get up into that 6-5 spot, somewhere in that range. Jonathan, now that we have everyone back, KZ Okpala was on a particularly short leash before. Do you expect to see his ass at all tonight? And why do you think, like, if you, who I know watches the game very closely, what do you see that would indicate why he has such a short leash, and what is he not doing well enough to gain minutes?
Well, as far as if we're going to see him tonight, I do think we're going to see at least a short stint of him tonight, just because we don't want to have Jimmy play 2 back-to-back games where he's just giving a lot. And as far as wing defenders, if you're trying to shut down somebody like a Gordon Hayward, it's Jimmy, Iguodala, and then probably KZ is the next guy behind that. So I do think we see a little bit of KZ tonight. But as far as why he's not playing, it's really, really interesting because he starts off defending almost the best offensive player in the game. If you go back to the Brooklyn games, he started off defending James Harden. In the game before, or against the Nuggets, he started off guarding Murray. So he's starting off with the hardest defensive matchup for anybody. And, he's coming in obviously a little bit less comfortable on the offensive end. But if you look at last game, you see that he started to take a little bit more initiative and started to be a little more aggressive on the offensive end, started to back cut a little bit more, just started to do a little bit more. And honestly, he had a couple of looks that he kind of passed up as well. So we might just be he might not just be comfortable with being on the offensive end of the floor with Spo right now, with how we're struggling offensively, and having another guy that's not really a major shooter or a major contributor on offense. Maybe it's something that Spo just doesn't want to limit the offense right now, and maybe just sacrifice the defense a little bit. So as far as that's all I see in the details. But it's hard to see really why he's not playing more, because it looks like as these games go on, he gets more and more comfortable.
Yeah, and Spo tends to trust him. Like when he put him on De'Aaron Fox and stuff like that, I felt like that was like a I'm putting trust in you moment. Like even if it was just possession over possession. You talked about sacrificing offense for defense. That's something that in Charlotte, I know the head coach there, James Borrego, I think is how his last Borrego talked about LaMelo Ball better be bringing the defensive stuff if he plans on playing on offense. Ricky, I'm going to you because there was a comment here that made me chuckle and it related to your hat. I think it was from Philly Heat, where he said Ricky's hat represents KZ every time he touches the ball. So shout out to him. He's a loyal listener and participant in these streams. But Ricky, to you, I'm interested to hear your perspective on probably the most interesting player Heat fans get to watch that's on the other team in LaMelo Ball. He's off to a really fun start. Productive start, well-rounded start for a rookie. What have you seen in him that you like? And just kind of unpack LaMelo Ball's game for the Heat fans who haven't watched him.
For sure. So I would like to commend the Hornets coach Borrego for not bringing him on too quickly. I think too often when it comes to high draft picks, we think that they're all supposed to be LeBron James out of the gate. That's not necessarily the case. LaMelo has been brought about slowly, and he's been allowed to pretty much just go about his business, learn more about the game as he goes along. And he was even still able to make history not too long ago with it, becoming the youngest player, I believe, in history to record a triple-double. One night after, I think he was 1 rebound or 1 assist away. The thing with LaMelo Ball is that he gives you a lot of everything. He's still a bit raw in terms of offensively. There's something about the Ball family where their shooting stroke is odd, right? But that is coming around, as we've seen with Lonzo's ability to adjust his shot. He's been able to grow quite a bit. It was only a matter of time that he would be given the starting nod. Unfortunately, it came with Terry Rozier's injury tonight, but I think we have reason to believe that for the foreseeable future, this guy is going to be the starting point guard for this Hornets team, which apparently is on the rise, because if we look at their record right now, they've actually got 2 more wins than the Heat. They're 9-11 or 9-12 right now, if I'm not mistaken. Now, do I expect them to make the playoffs this season? Probably not. But given that they've got a couple of guys now, not only LaMelo, but Miles Bridges and some other guys. Oh, and Gordon Hayward, who's been on a tear lately ever since the 6th. Not sure why.
We know why.
Yeah. It's oh geez, don't get sued. They've been doing pretty well for a team that's rebuilding and things of that nature. So LaMelo Ball is the kind of player I wish I had on this team. I haven't been shy about Lonzo, my desire for Lonzo to sign with this team. It's just going to be an exciting thing to watch. It's going to LaMelo, Gordon Hayward, and the rest of that team, they're going to cause problems for Miami's team, even with Jimmy Butler back. At least I'm willing to predict, because, when it comes to wings, we don't exactly have lockdown wing defenders that have been fully healthy for us this season.
But they're back tonight.
Yes. And, just like my hat, the heat is on.
Yep, there we go. So one thing Charlotte has done really well so far this year is take care of the ball, and they really they move the ball very well. I think they're first in assists in the league, and they're high. They got to be top 10 or so in assist to turnover ratio as well.
Top five.
Interesting.
So
what a coincidence.
Jonathan, since you chimed in quickly with the statistics, I'm interested to hear what you think the Heat can do to disrupt that a little bit. I feel like that's going to be a key from an X's and O's perspective to kind of get in the way and force some turnovers and get out and get some easy buckets. Do you foresee them? Is there any player on the Hornets that you're looking at and saying, okay, that's going to be a tough matchup? Or do you kind of feel like this is one of those games where everybody can kind of guard who they're supposed to guard, and they don't need to necessarily compensate and double team and stuff like that?
Well, that's the exciting part about this game, is we finally have everybody back now. So I feel like we can play a little bit more man-to-man instead of playing as much zone. And we know Gordon Hayward, he's just like a zone killer. So I think having the right personnel this game, having somebody like Avery match up on whoever the top guard is, whether it's LaMelo Ball or you want him on Devontae Graham, you know what I mean? A guy who's shooting over the last 2 weeks, shooting 40% on volume. over from the 3-point line. So you're gonna want Avery harassing those guys. You're gonna want Jimmy or Iggy harassing Gordon Hayward. And as far as the interior guys, they're not too skilled. They're not as the most skilled big men. You know what I mean? Their offense comes from whatever their guards give them. So I think this is a game where we'll see a lot less zone. We'll see a lot more man-to-man. And I think this will probably be one of our best defensive games this season, given the personnel we have.
I hope you're right. Man, this is like supposed to be the start of the win streak for me. I feel like this is the jumping off place. You have the full roster for the most part. Jimmy is back. He had a performance that everyone loved to see in the last game, but I don't know that like the diehard Heat fan says to themselves in good conscience, we want him doing that in January. Like we want to save that for when we get to the playoffs. Brady, do you think the Heat need to be mindful of the usage from Jimmy Butler's perspective and the minutes too, but frankly more about like the wear and tear and having to create so much to get W's? Or do you think now with this influx of guys getting back, that's going to kind of flatten out and you're going to see him get back to his normal stat lines? Or does Jimmy still have to carry this team for a couple more weeks until they're all up to speed?
Yeah, I think with a healthy team, Jimmy's presence just changes everything. I always bring up a guy like Duncan Robinson. I think he automatically elevates. I think you're looking at a guy like Goran coming back, takes things off of Jimmy. So I do think just getting guys back changes the dynamic of all of that. His presence, like I said, just changes everything. If you looking at last game, a guy like Precious, his minutes were very, very good next to Jimmy Butler because when Jimmy drives, Precious is always lurking around the rim area. So he can just dump it off and things of that nature. So I do think just seeing this team, these are things that we've yet to see because of the COVID protocols and injuries and things of that nature that now we're getting to see. So I do think just him coming back and Miami not having the continuity that they usually have made Jimmy do that because he is capable of doing that every night, but you just don't want him, doing it like you mentioned in January. So I do think other guys will be able to step up. I do think, everybody will look to Bam. I think if Bam can, take that jumper, if they give it to him, like Jonathan mentioned before, they don't have skilled bigs. So I do think Bam can take advantage of a lot of those guys off the dribble tonight. Instead of looking maybe at the mid-range too much, he can try to attack the rim, get to the free throw line like that. So I do think those things, just Jimmy being there, changes all that.
Jimmy is back finally. Hero is back finally. Goran is back finally. Is there, I guess when we talk about Bam, last game, there was some back and forth about whether he had a good game or not. I felt like it was a good enough performance ultimately. And I know it was close there at the end and probably closer than we want it to be. Do you think that, we're going to continue to see Bam be able to put up the type of stats that are going to make the fan base? So this is a different conversation than what you think, but do you think that the fan base ultimately by the end of this season is going to embrace Bam Adebayo as a true max player? Or do you think that this is going to be a constant conversation? Each box score is dissected about whether he's worth being a max guy, or are fans going to recognize and accept that he is who he is, the franchise player with no ceiling? To any of you guys, do you think that that's going to be a battle that's never going to be off the table, or can you put that to bed at some point?
I think by the end of the season, I don't think Heat fans will be complaining too much about Bam. They'll find something else to complain about because Heat fans are great at complaining. Bam is going to take a few games with Jimmy back, and hopefully we're all going to be healthy enough to see how Bam can adjust to the full squad. And then what's going to happen at the end of the season, we're going to realize that there's going to be essentially a changing of the guard, where Bam understands that even with this team being as great as they are, even with Bam playing in Spo's system, he's going to grab the bull by the horns and take over as this team's best player. Jimmy is 30 plus now. We cannot continue to rely on Jimmy Butler to take us to the promised land. He was the big acquisition to get us in that direction, but Bam's the one that takes us home. It's almost like a reverse of when we traded for Shaq all those years ago, and Wade got us to that title.
Yeah.
And that's essentially what's happening right now. So by the end of the season, this is, I believe, Bam's, third or fourth season? It's
Yeah.
time. He's gonna figure out how he can dominate while playing within the offense, and it's gonna work out for the better of the team. Especially once we see that it's not only Bam that's developing, it's going to be Precious, it's going to be Tyler, it's going to be all the other guys. KZ is going to have a clue. He's not going to look like my hat on offense. These are all going to be things that are going to work out for the best for this team. And heading into the following season, we'll know exactly where we need to, we'll know exactly how many minutes we're going to need to play Lonzo this summer when we sign him.
So we're going to go around the room with, and we're going to do a little bit of hacky sports takes. I want everybody's winner for tonight, and also who your player of the game is. And it doesn't necessarily need to be the guy who's going to score the most points, but the guy who you think is going to get a game ball, so to speak. Just marinate on that. But I did want to recognize Prize Picks as the easiest, fastest, most fun daily fantasy game out there. All of our group has been trying it recently, doing the single stat stuff. Everyone's taking the over on Bam Adebayo, and they're doing very, very well. So I encourage you to visit prizepicks.com. You also can download the app wherever you download your apps from. And right now, if you use promo code 5, they will match your deposit 100% up to $100. I would highly suggest jumping on there. It's super easy. Single stat projections. I mean, Jimmy Butler, his points in a certain game, over, under, you pick it, you win money. You can, pull multiple players together. It's really easy and intuitive to use the site. Check it out. And let us know how you like it. Hit us up. Hit me up at Greg Sylvander at 5 Reasons Sports. Tell us how you like Prize Picks, an official sponsor of 5 Reasons Sports Network and the pregame show you are watching now. So to send us out here tonight, I want everyone's projections and player of the game, the guy who gets the game ball. And we start with Alejandro with the mask on.
I'm going to go with Duncan Robinson, who's coming back and finally having one of those nights. So my wins, Duncan Robinson is the guy.
Jonathan.
I'm going to go with Avery Bradley. If he gets a good enough amount of minutes tonight, I think him, slowing down Lonzo and Devontae Graham, probably the two of the 3 best offensive players on that team. I think we're going to see a scrappiness out of Avery Bradley, and he's going to be the guy that gets the game ball.
Ricky.
Tyler Hero. I think Hero Ball is going to be very instrumental in us pulling out the victory tonight. I don't know if it'll be close or if it'll be a blowout. But while I have my concerns about us being able to stop some of the guards and the wings that they have, I'm not sure they can stop us either. Tyler Hero is going to do everything in his power to, let everyone know that, that neck injury, okay, it's over. COVID is over. We had a scare the other day and we almost missed him. But I think he's going to do very well tonight. He's been on a pretty good stretch, even before the injuries and all that other stuff.
Brady, what you got? You're on mute. Still on mute. And we lost Brady. So we're going straight to my picks. I'm picking the Heat to win because that's just what I do. The culture curator, the sunshine pumper I've been called on social media. Probably a lot of other really disparaging things as well. Brady is back. Let's sneak in the picks. What you got?
I don't think he's going to be the player of the game, but I do think Kelly Olynyk has one of those Kelly Olynyk games. Usually after, he has not looked great lately, but he sometimes has that one game where, he just hits the shots, the wide open shots that he's missing. So I do think he knocks down those shots that's been happening, and we see a big Kelly Olynyk game.
Glad you came back and snuck in. I'm going with a Heat victory, and tonight is no ceiling night. Bam Adebayo goes crazy. Let me just give you 2 names: Cody Zeller, Biombo, barbecue chicken, as Shaquille O'Neal would say. So Bam Adebayo is the player of the game, gets the game ball, no ceiling, Heat win, and the winning streak begins. Thank you for tuning in. I think Alejandro may stick around, but I don't know the exact schedule, so I don't want to overpromise and underdeliver. But thank you.
Oh, you mean like?
Out. And if any of you guys want to stay and chop it up, by all means. But I am signing off. Let's go Heat.
Yeah, my sister made lasagna, so I'm gonna go do that.
Let's get this win.
All right. So let's read some of you guys' comments as we come here. Bam just needs to find the middle ground on when to attack and when to be a playmaker. Give him time, he will find it soon. Okay, thank you, Tommy, for your comment. You guys are the rafters. I am, look at that. Wade, Bosch, Emil, Hardaway, Morning, and the head athletic trainer. Okay, let's keep reading some of you guys' comments before we sign off here. Let's go back. Dean Miller says Bam should have a game tonight. Cody Zeller and the Youngers shouldn't slow him down. Bam is an all-star. Is in an all-star run. Hopefully, he should be. So, guys, remember to vote for him. You have to go and vote for all the Miami players if you want them to be in the all-star game. Lonzo, player of the game. Harless for staying at the play. Jose Matos, of course. Bam gonna get this steamy with prize picks that the government didn't give me. Hopefully. He-Man LaMelo Ball. Bam, player of the game. Hero top 5. Every top 5 also scoring. Laughing my ass off. Let's see here. Okay. Gabe Vincent, player of the game. Brady got an article to write. Yes, we just let him go because he has to go and write himself. Jimmy's mileage and play style has a lot of wear and tear. That's a concern. Yeah, we'll see. Bam is going to be the player of the game, according to Bryce. Thank you, Bryce. Greg, the Great White Hope Trafficker Sylvander. True Kelly, we got to win tonight. You better bully mismatch. Player of the game, Mayers, Leonard. Bam at 22 points, 12 rebounds, or 12 assists, 6 rebounds. Hayward's going to lead us up. Hopefully not, light us up, hopefully not. Good start. We should push to the finish line. We needed our leader back, and now guys will be better. Yes, it's about game time. Let's go Heat. Thank you, Dex. Abdul Muhammad, 27 points, 8 assists, 9 rebounds. Win by 17 tonight. Do you think none will get some playing time today? Yeah, he should be getting some playing time. Yes, sure. There she is. Let me see. Let me keep reading here. I agree. This is a W for the Heat. No ways to lose, right? I don't know. I mean, the Charlotte Hornets, they just beat Indiana and the Bucks in a couple of games in a row. So they're coming off a good moment right now. I mean, they're not. I mean, they're. I guess they're at the same level that I'm here so far. So is Jimmy playing? We don't have the starting lineup yet, so we guess he's playing, but we don't know for sure. I'll have to go check. Who's on court right now? Right now, we have just one player for the Charlotte Hornets doing some sort of conditioning, and the rest of the players just left. So we are 36 minutes away from the beginning of the game. Alejandro, yes, that view, bro. Yes, there you go. Back here in the American Airlines Arena, first time this season that we're coming here. That I'm coming here. So this is where they have us. So you guys gotta look. This is the press box right now. This is our view. That's our friend Jeremy Taché there from Fox Sports. And some of the journalists. And there's where Ethan is supposed to be. He's not here yet. So we'll have him later for you guys. Thank you for being here and for commenting all throughout the pregame show. Winning is a part of the schedule. We should go on our winning streak for sure. Yes, thank you. Alejandro, you're the only person in the 400 level. Well, right now I'm in the 300 level, and over there you can see some people. You have like a couple up there, 4 guys in one row. Then over there in the middle you have 4 other guys. Let me see to my right. You have more fans to my right as well. Yeah, so it's I mean it's a little bit sad, but I guess at least you have some people here. So I'm not the only one, but it's close to it. Yeah, let me see. Mayor's not playing. Have we seen who's starting next to Bam tonight in the front court? We don't know yet. I'll have to check here in a little bit after I'm done reading the messages. We'll see. Alejandro really trying to flex the view. There you go. There you have it. Look at this. Live from American Airlines Arena, guys. So you guys should be happy. All right, let me see. Some other comments here. I hope Precious gets time with Bam on the floor. We're all waiting for that moment, right? Like Baseball might do it here in a couple of games. I mean, he has to try some stuff. Why not? This has been a weird season, and they've been playing well apart, not with each other, but why not try to do it as well? Okay. Um, Melo is starting for the Charlotte Hornets. Yes, we need Bam to be aggressive, more commitment. I like him more when he's unopposed. Is Tyler playing? Yes, he should be playing today. For me, this team is overrated because they can't even be down. Well, that's one aspect that Miami Heat has to get better at, right? So, I mean, they can definitely get a lot better than they're doing right now. This is the first game since December with the full roster. Let's go. Yes, that's also true by Jose. Thank you, Jose. That's a good point. I mean, the Miami Heat has been struggling just to have a good team on the court. Whatever, whoever they are, the 8 guys that have been playing, I mean, it's been hard for them. So yes, Jose. Do we have an update on the situation of Tyler? Second here of Tyler. I don't know if he's playing. Go Heat. Tyler's playing. Ethan is waiting for the elevator for the from the flagship lounge. Yeah, he should be on his way. I don't know. He'll be here soon. The road to 60-12 starts tonight. Go Heat. All right. So thank you guys for joining us today in the pregame show. It's been a pleasure for me, for all the team. Of course, right now I can't play the pregame media session because there's a lot of noise here. So maybe for the next one. But thank you guys for joining us. Thank you guys for being there. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Remember to leave your comments here, to give it a thumbs up for our team. And if you want to help us, there's another way down there in the comment section. You can find the super chat button right there. You can help us send in whatever you want, $1, $5, $10, whatever you want. So you guys can help us as well here on Five Reasons. Another way to help us, go and buy some shirts on our website. You go there and buy some t-shirts on fivereasonsports.com. That's another way to help the team to continue to create all this content for you guys. Ethan's really that old, he forgot he had to go to the Heat Arena. Yeah, I don't know where he's at right now. He told me like 30 minutes, no, more than 30 minutes, about an hour ago that he was on his way. But I don't know. We'll see. Maybe he's, you know what it is? He's been hanging in a lot of time with Alex. So, they like to be late. So, but we're here, and he still has 32 minutes to get here before game starts. So we'll see what happens. Is Brady old enough to remember the big three? Ooh, I'm pretty sure he didn't watch it, but I'm sure he's, of course, watched videos of those players playing together. So, we can ask him next. All right. Sorry for the noise. Okay, we're going back. Thank you, Five Reasons Culture. Thank you, Jose. Hero, Bam, Butler, Robinson, and Kelly. Let me see. Let me look it up here real quick. The Miami Heat profile. See if that's the starting lineup for tonight. Give me a second. I'm all by myself today. So here we have it. Starting 5. Brought to you by Biscayne Bay Brewing. Is right here. I'm going to show it on the screen so you guys get ready. Just in time before we go. Tyler Hero, Jimmy Butler, Duncan Robinson, Kelly Olynyk, and Bam Adebayo. Tyler Hero, Jimmy Butler, Duncan Robinson, Kelly Olynyk, and Bam Adebayo. That's the starting 5 for the Miami Heat tonight. Brought to you by Biscayne Bay. So thank you guys. Thank you to our team from Biscayne Bay for being part of the Five Reasons YouTube channel as well. That's the starting lineup. Yes, that's the starting lineup. So thank you for your comments. Our friend Shamas, thank you for letting us know. Cool. And it's fun. Laughing. Thank you for laughing. All right, fire lineup. What do you guys think about the line? Do you like it or not? Let us know. And we're getting here to 30 minutes, and we will be ready to sign off. And thank you guys for being part of the Five Reasons YouTube channel and for always being supportive of our work. All right. So have a good one. I'm gonna leave the starting lineup up here for a little bit, and we'll be signing up just until post game show right after the Miami Heat game is over against the Charlotte Hornets. Bye bye. How are you doing?
Welcome to the American Airlines Arena. Your safety is our number one concern. In the unlikely event of an emergency evacuation, an announcement will be made, and staff will assist you with exiting the venue in a calm and orderly fashion. The American Airlines Arena was constructed with exit stairs in each quadrant. These staircases lead to the exterior ground level of the building. If you are seated in the 100 level, including American Airlines lounge seating and premium seating, please walk up the aisle and out the doors onto the concourse. Turn right or left and proceed out the nearest unobstructed exit. If you're on the 200 level, walk towards either end and proceed to the exit stairwells located in each corner. If you are seated in the 300 level, please walk carefully down the aisle and out onto the concourse. Turn right or left and proceed out the nearest unobstructed exit. If you're in the 400 level balconies, remember to be careful when walking down the aisle and out onto the concourse. Once you reach the concourse, turn right or left and proceed out the nearest unobstructed exit. Once at ground level, please continue to walk away from the facility. ADA patrons and anyone requiring additional assistance, please notify any of our guest services staff that is available throughout the facility. During a shelter-in-place announcement, please remain in your seats and wait for further instruction from event staff. As you're exiting, please remember the following. Be calm. Exit in an orderly fashion. Do not use the elevators. Use stairs down to ground level. Do not enter parking garages. Thanks for your attention and your preparedness. Now, enjoy the game.
Sorry, I was driving. I said on the thread like 53. I
Oh, okay. I didn't read it. I was driving. I don't know. No, but Greg got it.
last time I was here, I was 124 for this thing. So no food.
I know.
Unless it closed off.